Now, most people's stories about when they're catfished tend to involve them going for a drink or them talking to a girl and then unfortunately realizing it's not exactly who they thought it would be. But my story is better. And when I say better, I mean it's better for you guys because you're going to find it entertaining. Whereas for me, it was pretty much as bad as it gets. Because my story involves me actually going to this girl's flat, her opening the door pretty much naked, and her being absolutely nothing what she said she looked like, or what her photos kind of led me to believe that she would look like. Now, before I go into any more juicy details, gameplay. Now, you're probably watching this a minute in and you're thinking, well, this gameplay's not looking great, you're not really picking up any kills, it's pretty awful so far, IHNK, and I agree with you. Because this isn't me playing. This was a guy I actually played against last night. This was about 1 o'clock in the morning. I was just chilling out on some pubs. But this guy impressed me so much, I had to go to theatre mode just to watch this guy to learn from his methods. As this guy goes an entire domination lobby without picking up one, that's right, one single kill. And I'm not going to tell you how many deaths he finishes with, but all I'm going to say is it's over 25. It's that bad, folks. So this is Noob of the Week number 1. If you're new to this channel and new to this series, it's essentially where we expose a few noob players, shall we say, being absolutely terrible at the game. Whether it's in arena, pubs, GBs, whatever. I really don't care. If you've got any decent clips, send them to me. And I will review them and I will upload the best ones, including a clip which is coming over the next few days, which is seriously hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing after I finished editing it. So, yeah. Back to the story at hand. So, I'm going to try and get through this as quickly as possible. So, long story short, I got talking to this girl. It was online, obviously. I didn't meet her in person. Got talking to her online. I can't show you exactly what she looks like because I don't want anyone to kind of Google image it and all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to have to ask you to use your imagination. So, she was Latina, glasses, great figure, 5'5"-ish, so average height for a girl. Yeah, pretty much she was hot. And yeah, I don't mean that subjectively, I mean that every person which has seen this girl and her photos has said, yup, 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 yup. And you guys know what I mean by that. So yeah, I got talking to this girl, exchanged numbers, all this kind of stuff, and I said to her, look, you know, I'll take you for a drink sometime, get to know you, all this kind of stuff. And she was like, yeah, that'd be really nice. And yeah, so I was sat here one night playing GBs with a few friends, trying to get a certain badge achievement for my GB profile. Oh yeah. And I had a text on my phone that said, look, do you want to come round now? You know, I can't sleep. You know, we'll just get to know each other. We'll just sit, talk, watch a film, and just chill out. And I was like, sure. Why the hell not? And when I say, you know, why the hell not, at this point I was not, and I have to stress this, I was not going round to put my sausage in her. Simply was not going to do it. I'm trying to keep it PG. Not really sure why. I'm not going to put... Anyway, so yeah, I had no interest in that. I literally wanted to go around and see what she looked like and have a chat with her. And yeah, because she lived in the same building as me, which is an interesting twist to the story, I know. I share a building with about 400 people. Obviously, I have my own flat, but yeah, the building is kind of... Yeah, just imagine a block of flats. That's exactly what it is. So she turned out to live in the same building as me. So yeah, back to the story. I went down a few flights of steps, all that kind of stuff, because I was like, well, screw it, I just want to see what she looks like, because, like, I'm not the hottest guy in the world. I know this. I have a mirror. And looking at this girl, she was pretty hot, as I said, so I just wanted to check that she was who she said she was, because a few of my friends have been catfished, and it's not really a nice experience. So I was like, well, yeah, sure, why not? I'll go around, get talking to her, and just see what she's like, because I'm a little bit fussy. I can't just see some girl and just fuck her. It's just kind of who I am. So, yeah, I went down a few flights of steps, all that kind of stuff. And I knocked on the door, and I sat there waiting, kind of, you know, hands in pockets, thinking, God, please, please, just be who you say you are. And she opens the door, and what stands before me is what can only be described as a wildebeest. Now, when I say a wildebeest, I mean some resemblance to a buffalo. Because this girl was about 5'8", pale as fuck, like white as fuck, like a ghost, no glasses, and about 18 stone or so. Now, I've got nothing against you if you're 18 stone, don't get the wrong idea, but when it comes to being misled in the way where you think that she's not 18 stone, and this girl answers the door and she's essentially naked, and you can see a flab rolling about and all this kind of stuff. I'm sat there trying to stop back the sick coming from my stomach, and I'm sat there panicking. I've started sweating my hands. I'm getting a little bit clammy. I'm like, oh my god, what do I do? What the hell do I do in this situation? I am freaking out at this point because I realise that I'm not coming round to talk to her and get to know her. No. She wants me to come round to give her some meat. So, yeah, I didn't really know what to do. And before I go into what I eventually did, just take a look at this clip coming up on your screen. So as you can see by the kill feed, Racco has just killed himself with wraps. And I looked at this and I thought, how the hell did he do that? But look at this clip here. The wraps just explode for no reason. As you can see in this theatre mode clip, great editing, I know, the wrap just explodes. It's literally just like... Anyway, I noticed that kill, Racco. If you're watching, I don't know what happened. But yeah, at this point, back to the story. Me being a polite gentleman and all that kind of stuff, I didn't want to just walk, like, just turn around and just walk up the steps and go, nope, see you later. Because I didn't want to offend her or be too horrible, because I'm a nice guy. So I actually ended up going into a flat. And next thing I know, I'm sat in a room, and I'm kind of sat there, still kind of freaking out. Every time she talks to me, I'm sat there calling her mate. So she's like, oh, you right? I'm like, yeah, you right, mate? Like, literally, I'm freaking out. And at this point, she goes, oh, do you want to get into bed with me? And I turn around and say, I'm alright here, to be honest with you. And she was like, oh, you know, okay, fair enough. I just put on a film. I was like, yeah, cool, no worries. Obviously, no worries, mate. This guy just kept on a mate all the time. And she puts on a film, and she literally just completely gets her top half naked. She gets her tits out, and she's like, do you like my nipple piercing? And I turn around, and I say, not really a big fan of piercings, to be honest, mate. So at this point, the mood is pretty dead. And she was like, oh, do you want to fuck? And I turned around and said, no, not really. I said, I don't really want to rush into anything, you know. I've just met you. I don't want to get into anything too quickly. I want to get to know you as a person. You know, I want to take things slow. Biggest bullshit ever. I know, biggest bullshit ever. I was like, no, I want to take it pretty slow, to be honest with you. I'm not one of those guys. And she's like, oh, you know, that's fair enough. You know, so what should we do? And I sat there and I said, well, to be honest with you, I'm pretty hungry, so I only came down to just say hello and just tell you to go to sleep. So I'm just going to go back upstairs and grab some cornflakes, to be honest with you, because, you know, the cornflakes are in my flat. I really fancy a bowl of cornflakes, and to be honest, mate, I'm pretty hungry for some cornflakes. At this point, you can see the expression on her face, as if I've just shot her puppy in the fucking head, and she's there like, okay, fuck off then. So that's what I did. I ran for my life, and I never, ever looked back. And to this day, when I walk around my block of flats, when I'm leaving my building, I look over my shoulder, and I just pray that she doesn't see me and doesn't eat me. So there we go, folks. That is the story of me being catfished. It's pretty funny if you're watching it. Not so funny for me personally. As you can see, the guy finishes 0 and 29. But if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more things like this, please drop a like. Any thoughts on me being catfished, drop a comment. And as always, hit that subscribe button. Cheers.